At work, I created a motivation board for my associates. The first and most profound question I always ask them is, what is your motivation? What is it that drives you to do what you do day in and out? What is that carrot dangling just further than your grasp that keeps you reaching and stretching you to grow? Our stories are written at the intersection of what is and what could be. It's where decisions are made and our lives are ultimately defined. And which way you end up going when starting at this fork in the road can truly mean everything to the success of your future. So maybe you end up going left and take the easy path. Minimal upside, minimal downside, but proven safe path. It may give you immediate identity, but also brings with it some degree of regret. Not because you won't like who you are, but because you'll never know what you could have been. So maybe you can't live with that, so you decide to go right and roll the dice for a change. Dream chaser, eyes fixated on the horizon, moving toward it, soon to realize that the world you live in will bring you to your knees faster than you can blink. Realizing that uncertainty hurts, and that effort without immediate validation is the very meaning of pain, and that the road less traveled is actually less traveled because of the difficulty associated with it. And now you have a very important question that you have to wrestle with. Do you still have what it takes? Can you see the big picture when the sky appears to be falling around you? When all it takes is just to backpedal and be comfortable all over again, to take the other road, to return to what you knew. Can you still move forward? See, it's a funny thing when you're in pain. It becomes very easy to forget your why, to remember why you even began in the first place. All our lives, we've been programmed to see discomfort as a problem, and it wants it gone immediately. See, people don't give up just because they're cowards. They don't quit because they don't have what it takes. The reason we give up is because we can no longer see the big picture. We've forgotten why we started in the first place. When all you see is directly in front of you, you lose the ability to see your finish line. When you find yourself at a crossroad again, you've got to remember this one important thing. If you take the hard, long road, then you're betting on your future at the very expense of your present. Your dreams are a sacrifice. They're not some fluffy concept in the clouds just invented to prop you up after a hard day. I mean, sure, they are the top of the mountain, but they're also the bottom that hits your shoes all day. They're the dirt, the rocks, the scratching and the clawing. They are what your haters don't see. They are the chapters in your book that are not read aloud. And when you're in it, I mean when you're truly in it, uncertainty needs to be embraced like it's the wind to your sails. Just look at where you are now in your career. Go back and reminisce when you first took that offer. You signed on the dotted line for a reason, because you could see past the immediate growing pains of the culture of your companies and your own limited learning curve, because you knew that to get to the top, you always start on the ground floor, and from there you elevate past every single level that stands between you and your dreams and ambitions. So now will not intimidate or discourage you, because you are the bigger picture. You are bigger than you're right now, because you are the pages yet unwritten, and you're going to do what so few people are willing to do. You didn't just look at the pen, you picked it up. So now write your own story, page after page, the story of your road to success.
Follow Leaders of Fire. on LinkedIn.